Hello everyone, it's Ethan from the Orlando Tours. Today is a huge night at Universal Orlando here. Today's Friday, August 29th, aka opening night of Halloween Horror Nights 34, Halloween Horror Nights 2025, and we've just arrived about 30 minutes before Stay and Scream starts. They have a new system this year. We're going to show you guys how all of that works. This is my first night of Halloween Horror Nights of the season. They had team member preview the other night and premium Scream night yesterday. We did not attend any of those. We did get to see the opening ceremonies though. And yeah, we're just going to head in, get some stuff started, show you guys a couple new things, and then we're gonna have our whole house reviews, rankings at the end of the video and throughout as we get out of each of our houses. We're gonna try to see the shows tonight, and we're gonna be here all 3 nights this weekend. We were here 27 nights at the event last year, so even if we don't get everything done tonight, we'll have reviews from tomorrow, the next day, all over our social media pages. So if you wanna see reviews and stuff, make sure you see that in the description below. But without further ado, we're gonna head right in. As we approach the arches, we have our posters here. So we have Jason, Fallout, we have our medallion, Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, and WWE Horrors of the Wyatt 6. So these are our 5 intellectual property IP houses this year. And then we have also 5 originals, 4 scare zones, we have new street experiences, and 2 shows. So we're gonna check out all that the event has to offer this year. I'm super excited. I've heard some amazing things about this year's event. I would love to be able to film the houses for you guys, but Universal has not invited me out for media, so you know, if Universal, if you're watching this and you like our video, you know, next year hopefully. But we're still gonna give you guys the best in-depth reviews that we can of each house, each scare zone, and the event in general this year. If it's your first Halloween Horror Nights, you can go to guest services. They just added these new buttons today. We had to pick one up. It's our first visit of the season, of course. We've been here a lot, but like in other years, but still had to show you guys the button. This is really neat. You can get these for free in guest services. We're going through, you know, one of the scare zones that we're gonna have later, the Origins of Horror, and the neon signs can be lit up nice and blue tonight. We're gonna go ahead and check in for a Stay and Scream location, get our wristband. Everyone's starting to line up for houses for the sound stages. We're not gonna start over here, but we're gonna go get our wristband first, and they're queuing up for all the soundstage houses for Stay and Scream. You can queue up as early as 3 after you get your wristband, and then they'll actually put you in the house lines at 4 p.m. One of the many Stay and Scream wristband check-ins are over here at VillainCon. We're going to show you this, and we'll talk about some of the other locations. One of the other Stay and Scream locations, this one looks a bit quieter, is over here at the Minion Cafe. I think we have one at Lombard's Landing as well. So you can also go here to Minion Cafe or Lombard's Landing. They have multiple check-in areas. So we're going to go check in over here. We now have our wristband with Halloween Horror Nights on it. For Stay and Scream this year, they got rid of the holding pen, so now you just get a wristband at one of the 3 pickup locations, and then you just stay in the park. You can do any of the food tents, you can do rides, you can visit restaurants, you can stay here throughout the security sweep, and then everyone else with not a wristband gets kicked out. So this Stay and Scream method is brand new this year. It seems to be much better than previous years. I like this change, and we're gonna go head over to a Stay and Scream location. So you can enter the soundstage houses over by Minions, or you can enter here by the Fallon bathroom. So there's 2 entrances that lead back to the sound stages. Different entrances give you different lengths of a walk to get to the houses. We'll talk about that later. Lombard's Landing is the 3rd Stay and Scream check-in location to get your wristband. If you're heading to the back tents, this is probably going to be your quietest location to get your wristband. And honestly, probably going to be the quietest spot to pick it up regardless. They just opened the brand new San Francisco bathrooms, but we're gonna go ahead and get a spot in line for the houses before they open. They even opened the bridge here. They have a lot of food tents and stuff around the park. And this is also where you're gonna find Nightmare Fuel, one of the 2 amazing shows that Universal has. I can't wait to watch this later tonight. Last year, the Stay and Scream area for the back tents actually started over here, but they're setting up differently this year. It's gonna be more to the right, closer to the actual house entrances. So we're gonna start heading right that way. It doesn't look like there's too much of a line at all, actually, so this is really nice. Galkin opens at 5:45, Fallout opens at 5:15, and we're in line waiting for it to open. I just went to use the bathroom, but they've already started letting the queues in. They do that at 4 p.m., so we're gonna meet back up with our group now and get in line in the actual house queue for the, start with Fallout since it opens first. So right at 4, they let you in the line, and we have this new covered tent here, so if it rains, it's too hot, it's gonna be really nice for all your guests. Everyone in line isn't going to be baking out in the sun or getting soaked. This tent's huge. I'm really glad that they added this year. This is really nice. Nice and shaded covering. Yeah, this tent's really nice. They're going to have projections on the tents while you're in line. We have to wait a bit over an hour to enter the house for Fallout, so we're just waiting for them to open it up, and we'll be in. But we're right about to enter, right at the front of the line. My top 3 most anticipated houses going into Horror Nights is going to be El Artista, Galkin Monsters of the North, and then Five Nights at Freddy's. So obviously we're starting with Fallout, and then we're going to do Galkin. So we'll see how it is. Obviously we're going to do it during the day. We're going to have to do it another time at night, but we're going to give you guys our ranking at the end of the night. So it's already starting to rain, but we might have to take cover in the tent right over here. They've started letting guests into the house now, so we're about to enter. So we're about to enter, so we'll enter and then we'll give a review as we get out. We just got out of Fallout and I've seen the show. I've seen all 8 episodes of season 1. I really enjoyed the show. I actually had no interest in watching it, but watched it to prepare for the house and actually really enjoyed it. The house I was a little underwhelmed with. I like some of the sets. The Philly set kind of opens up. You can see a little bit more of the sets, but I think this house I need to get my eyes more adjusted. The Lucys look identical to the show, and the ghouls' outfits look really cool. There's a lot of memorable quotes in this house. The T-60 mech armor is pretty neat, and there's a couple scares, like double scares in the house, but overall, I think this house can improve over the season, and I think I definitely need to do it again at night. So overall, we'll see how this house gets throughout the season, but I'm expecting a little bit more out of that house overall. We're here with Let's Talk HHN. So let's talk HHN. How was Fallout?
I liked it. I feel like I was missing a few of the scares that they either happened right behind me or right in front of me. But I thought Fallout was really good. Definitely very identical to the show.
Yeah, I think there were some really good scenes from the show, but I feel like they could have had more. It felt like it was missing a couple scenes in there. But there's a few, the vaulted, I don't want to spoil too much of the house, but
How are you?
It branches off into lots of different sets from the show. So like I said, we're going to go through that one at night again probably, but we're in line for Galkin. It opens in like 30 minutes, so we're preloading in. I don't think there's a big line for Galkin.
I just bombed your video.
So maybe it's like 15 minutes of queue, I doubt it, but we'll see. We're in line now. Alright, we're here with Bernie. What do you think of Fallout?
Fallout, I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 10.
Alright. Hansine Bell, what do we think of Fallout?
I liked it a lot. It was like walking through the TV show. If you enjoy the TV show and the game, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, this cover tent's really nice. Great addition this year. Something else I forgot to mention about Fallout is the end with like a mirror maze scene, and that was pretty cool, and it was hard to see because it was like my eyes had adjusted, but overall, very average house. I think we're gonna go back through, like I said, at night. That's gonna make a difference for us. They have started letting guests into Galkin now, so we're about to enter the house any minute now. This is the express line for Galkin, so not too busy in this half of the tent, but we don't have express tonight. Alright, heading into Galkin. This is one of my most anticipated houses this year. We'll see how it is. We got some cool jungle theming as we head in. I'm hyped. Let's head right into Galkin. They just did the opening ceremony in all the zones. They got some green fog. We're about to head in the house. Obviously, we cannot film inside. Just got out of Galkin, Monsters of the North, and that house did not disappoint. Holy cow. There was triple scares, double scares. They get an inch away from your face. Incredible. I had that at my #2 spot on my hype list. We're going to see if the other houses are better. Maybe that'll be my #1 house. Holy cow. That house is crazy. They're missing a couple of the scare actors. I saw that they have a still walker in the house, but he didn't come out for us because the house just opened, so he might still be getting on set. Maybe they didn't have the still walker in tonight, but I could tell they had the hallway, the scare set up for him. But dude, this is a must-do house. Galkin Monsters of the North. The sets are beautiful. The scares are relentless. Like easily a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 house. Incredible. Bryce, what do we think of Galkin Monsters of the North?
Galkin was really good. I liked all the little puppet wolves that you can see up top. You can see wolves every now and then, and their glowing red eyes. I thought Galkin was really good. Thought it was going to be a little bit colder in the house, but pretty good.
I loved Galkin. It was so original, so unique. A lot of cool things. I love the wolves. A lot of cool things to see. Definitely check it out.
Dad, what do we think of Galkin?
Liked the house. The set was good. Reminded me of Trolls and even Yeti, kind of.
Goblins?
Goblins, sorry. The second half of the house is definitely better than the first half of the house, in my opinion.
Looks like Sergio Navarro, the quote-unquote icon this year, his voice from El Artista is carrying throughout the park. That was incredible just now, I just heard. They added clowns in chainsaw clowns in the Springfield area now. So this whole gap of the park is filled with actors. Wonderful, wonderful. So Hatch and Chains uses the Simpsons queue entrance from last year that museum used. We're gonna head right into this house. We're now pulling up to the facade of Hatch and Chains. This is a Western, derived the story from Slaughter Cinema 2. Looks like they had a scare actor right before you enter the house. I'm kind of excited for this house. We'll see how it goes. But the set looks cool outside. We'll have to come in at night to see how it lights up. But I like how they have a scare actor outside the house. It's fantastic. That guy's not doing too good. None of these guys are doing all right. We got a horse over here. Let's head right in. Just got out of Hatch and Chains. I thought the character design was pretty good, and there's a lot of like kind of doubles, triple scares. Some of the scenes, they had a couple good puppets. I love the puppet at the end, and they had a couple like visual effects in the house that were good. I will say I feel like we were missing quite a few scares or had bad timing, so we're definitely gonna do it again. And that house was also pretty dark inside. But it was okay. I thought it was a pretty decent house. I would say it's better than Fallout in my opinion. Not better than Galkin though. Dolls says it's a 40-minute line, so we're gonna see. Facade for Dolls looks okay. These two tent houses, the facades obviously look better at night, and they have some screen projections on the window here that we can't see obviously. But we're in line, and we'll see how long the line takes. So we posted wait was 40 minutes. We've waited about 30 minutes, so not bad at all. We're about to enter the house. This window is supposed to have like projections and stuff, but we'll have to see that at night another time. But I do like the facade as we get closer here. A lot of theming details on the side of the little dollhouse. Looks nice, and I believe this house has a small indoor facade, so we're gonna see. I'm curious to see if this house is good or not. So, all right, let's head right in. The fog is strong with this. So we just got out of Dolls. That house was like kind of towards the bottom of my hype list, and I really enjoyed that house. The set design, the characters were creepy, they had some good scares in there, and then they had really good scents and smells in the house. Overall, really good storyline, love the visual effects. I would put that above Hatch and above Fallout, but still not better than Galkin. Now, that house is still pretty good though, in my opinion. And it was worth the wait. I want to do that at night as well, but that's one of those houses where it doesn't need to be dark out. You can still see a lot of the sets, but my timing was a little off. I didn't get all the scares, but they still had some good scares, and I got to see the characters. The costume design was really good in that house.
Oh, there's Angel. Oh, there's Theme Tours.
So they had the chainsaws in the back half of Simpsons. We'll see if they also have them over here as we continue to walk through. And it's gonna be fun to see them at night. But yeah, love the vibe of the event so far. 4 houses already done. And it's probably just about 7 o'clock right now. Yeah, right now it's 7:20. Look at these chainsaw guys. Really creepy, really funny. The line for food is really long, and drinks. The food, I'm allergic to most of the options, and they have some fun little drinks around the park. Some of the drinks don't sound that good though, but we'll hit those a different day. We're not going to focus on food or beverage items. Stay tuned for another video. If you want to see us review though, you can put it in our comment section. We're going to start heading through our first scare zone of the night, which is the Cat Lady at Crooked Lane. Looks like there's a show moment going on, and we're actually entering the zone from the opposite direction. We're probably going to see this later at night when there's some more special lighting effects and stuff.
Just a sip, just a taste, yes, 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 yes. Every bottle is filled with transformative love.
So we have a whole cutout path here where you can actually get some scares, like a little mini like outside haunted house. the costume design is really good. I think that's going to be having some good scares at night though. I think a lot of those characters will be hidden, harder to see, but I think the story in that zone is pretty good. They have a Mel's Dying zone over here, a Masquerade zone. We're going to hit all this stuff later. We're going to go over by the houses, check on some wait times. LRT says only a 50-minute wait. That's actually not bad because it looks shorter. Yeah, that line does not look like 50 minutes. So we're probably going to check that line out maybe. Maybe we'll do that house next. We'll see. For fun, let's just check out these soundstage house waits. We haven't been to the new soundstage areas yet. Alright, so as we're heading around, it looks like Five Nights is 150 minutes. Grave of Flesh is 65, Terrifier 70. Wyatt 6, WWE is only 40 minutes, and the fog smells are beautiful over here. We're walking back here just to show you guys the lay of the land. So you go under Rip Red Rocket, and you go to the right, and this is how you enter like Terrifier for FNAF. I don't think we're gonna enter the houses now because these are really long waits, but the line stretches all the way back here. Obviously it's opening night, so lines are busy, but we're not gonna be waiting in food lines today. So to get to the sound stages, there's two entrances. We're not gonna do either of those houses yet. We're just gonna walk around. We're probably getting in line for Artista soon. We're just gonna walk around because everything's kind of busy at the moment, so we're gonna wait for the line to settle, some of them, and wait for the crowd to disperse. This zone is very loud, but we're heading into the Toxic 20 mutation zone, so we'll see how it is. All scare zones have their own opening ceremonies as well.
I'm more than alright. I am in a bad day. Shit, Tommy is breaking out the eyes.
Yes, you there. You gotta get to safety before it's too late. Your friends, your family, they're turning into
I like these costumes.
and you'll be next to you.
Don't touch the green stuff. Are you okay? Dang.
Damn it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, man. Boxing grill. Oh, shit.
Breaking news, folks. Mutations plague the streets of our city, turning people into monsters or something.
You walk it so leisurely for, you know what's going on.
We just got out of the Toxic 20 mutation. I think at night that zone's gonna look really good, but there was a lot of chaotic stuff going on, lots of scare actors. It was pretty fun. I like the scare actors were pretty neat in there. They were kind of aggressive. The costumes were nice, the makeup. I kind of like that. And I had that zone at the bottom of my zone hype list, and I kind of did enjoy that. The Jason house enters at Fast and Furious. This line looks kind of busy at 50, so we might just go back to Artista and do that one instead. And we're heading back through the zone over here. Art the Clown is inside Finnegan's, so we're gonna go in the restaurant.
Oh, here we go.
Mark the Clown roaming inside Finnegan's, so it was kind of busy and then we didn't want to go in the restaurant. Might have been hard to see on video, but we're gonna head over to Artista before the line gets too busy, because lines are getting busy, food lines are busy. We're just gotta hit a house, you know. Gotta bang out all 10 tonight. In line for Artista, they're posting 40 minutes. I think this will be around 30, 35, but still not bad of a wait for people's like #1 ranked house this year. So this is on the top of my hype list. We'll see how it is. This is worth the wait for me. Usually the line over here enters by the Jimmy Fallon restrooms, but we already showed you guys that's a whole separate house entrance for 4 different houses. So this Soundstage 22 actually enters under Rip Red Rocket, both the express and the normal line. So I'm assuming this maybe 40 minutes might be accurate. We'll see how it moves. Time check for y'all, it's 8:01 at the moment. They got some Bray Wyatt tributes playing on in the Q video so you can understand the lore of the house better. We haven't gotten to the WWE house yet, but that'll be interesting. So this line was posted to be 40 minutes and it's been over an hour now. So this line's moving really, really slow. I was hoping it would be moving quicker, but this is the first line of the night where we've had issues so far. So not bad, especially for an opening night weekend. After over 75 minutes, we've passed the merge point and we're entering right under Rip Red Rocket, which Rip Red Rocket. Yeah. But we're about to enter the house in just a few minutes, hopefully. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, we're just walking right under Rip Red Rocket. There's not even a sign for the ride anymore. And we're just gonna walk straight into the house, I guess, so. Super excited. We've been in line for 70 minutes. We'll see how much longer we're in line for, but line was not moving good. So the Q by Rocket, or Soundstage 21 I believe is used for WWE and FNAF. We haven't gotten over there yet, but we're in line currently for Artista. Now we have to make a straight shot parallel to Rocket, going to Soundstage 22. So a bit different of a queue setup this year. Hopefully we're almost there. We're going on 80-minute wait. So we're taking this little path and the house is right there. So we're about to enter. We'll pick it up. Hopefully the house is worth it. I've heard great things. We'll pick it up as we get out of the house. So we just got out of El Artista. I had really bad timing on the scares and I didn't get all of them. Some of them took forever to get out of their boot hole. But with that being said, by far still the best house I've been through tonight so far. Sets were incredible. The scares were really good. They were supposed to be a gargoyle and the zip lines on the roof, but he wasn't there. We had a still walker in there. Oh my gosh, the story, the facades, must-do house. This is such a good house. We kind of had a, I would say with that being said, we kind of had a bad run, but even with the bad run, it's still the best house. Doesn't look like there's any Horror Night projections on the facade over there, but we're gonna head over to Jason now. We're gonna bang that one out. Hopefully we won't have to wait that long for that house. This Scare Zone lighting looks so good at night, but we're walking to Jason and we're gonna just bang out this house. This will be house number 6 for the night. And I would say it's like 9:30ish right now. 75 minutes, yeah, we're gonna bang it out. Yeah, this line is pretty long. Everything right now is over an hour though. They're using this line for, I think, Express here. It's crazy that Express takes up the whole, like, normal queue is crazy. We just passed the merge point and we're about to enter. This house has the same entrance from like the Chucky house, the Black Phone, Blumhouse. So we're about to enter in just a few minutes. This line is moving, okay, pretty much similar to the posted wait time. So it looks like this house doesn't enter through this main door here. It goes down a little hallway, so we'll see how much longer we have in the line. I think it's right down the hallway and then you enter. We're about to enter, we'll pick it up as we get out. We'll see how this one is. Just got out of Jason and I have not seen any of the movies and I really enjoyed the house. I had some bad timing in the house, missed a couple scares, but overall, I thought they were gonna overhype this house. This house was actually really good and this scare after scare after scare. I thought the first half of the house was really good, then you go outside, go into the second half, and it's just a hallway full of scares. This one is good, do not miss Jason. Like I have not even watched a single of the films and I really enjoyed this house. If you want a scary house, this is a house full of scares. And the sets felt like Yeti, Terror of the Yukon, it kind of gave off that vibe to me. I love how now there's like 0 wait for Artista even though we waited 80 minutes, but we're gonna check in the sound stages. 120 minutes for FNAF, Grave is at 80, Terrifier 80, 60 for WWE. Something might be overposted, maybe. We've actually made it back by the sound stages right now. There's no queue on this right side here, but I think a lot of the queues are inside the sound stages. So we'll see. So yeah, this is a whole hub area and you can choose what house you want to do. Looks like we have some portable restrooms here in this hub area. Really convenient. You really need this back here. If you come back here and go left, if you want the Fallon entrance, you'll find WWE and Freddy's. So there's a whole area, it's very busy over here, and then you're going to be waiting in there where you wait for Blood Moon Monstros in the past few years. That building, I think, is going to hold your queue line for both WWE and Five Nights. It's actually, that's the Artista house in that building, so it Soundstage 21 is the one I'm talking about, and as you can see, yeah, they're definitely using both parts of the soundstage. And it actually wraps all the way, oh, Soundstage 20 is being used, and 21, so maybe using one for one house, one for the other, I'm not quite sure. We haven't got in the lines yet. So because we went to the Fallon restroom side, we actually have to do a longer walk to get to both WWE and FNAF. If you want a shorter walk for WWE FNAF, you come the entrance by the Minions attraction. If you want a quicker walk to Terrifier and Grave of Flesh, you go the Fallon way. Because we have to go all the way back by the front of the park, backstage here, to access these houses. So we'll figure it out. So here's the Five Nights entry, and then it goes all the way around. We have a whole hub area. And here's where WWE enters. I like how this is all covered. This feels really different this year. Really different layout, but it's nice. About to hop in line for WWE, but I want to point out that they have a return time AAP station here, so if you have a medical pass, it's very convenient that they have them near the houses. So it's really convenient that they have it. I haven't found them around the park though, but just something that a lot of guests will be using this year. They're playing this whole Bray Wyatt documentary backstory thing in this soundstage. You can learn about the house. So far this looks short. I don't know if this is the whole queue or if there's a lot more to it, but we'll see because this doesn't look like 45. This looks a lot shorter. Last year they usually use this house soundstage for like Monstros. They've used Blood Moon in the past. This building only ever uses half the soundstage because usually there's a break room down here for the actors, which is now being used for the express side. Using the full queue, and it's not even full, but I don't know how much line is outside of here, because if they're using this plus extra line, they might be anticipating heavy crowds, so we'll see. I have no clue. So yeah, they're playing clips to learn more about the house. I don't really watch wrestling at all, and I don't know much of the backstory. I do know that Bray Wyatt passed away a couple years ago, and this house is basically a love letter to him and his crew, the Wyatt Six. So we're gonna see how this house is. I cannot wait to see how they pull it off, the creative team. I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do for this property. Right now they're playing the WWE Wyatt Six entrance clip, the debut, which this debut clip is actually like the first few minutes of the house, so this is a good backstory here. We just got out of the first soundstage. Supposedly our friend said there's another soundstage we gotta enter. Maybe, I don't know how long, how much queue is in there. We'll see, because usually you just enter the house from here, so I'm curious to see how much is left. Line's moving good though. So this is the FNAF line, but I think WWE just enters right here. I don't think there is another soundstage. So this line was probably only like 15, 20 minutes. Like, it's been moving really good. So this is saving us a lot of time tonight. We just got really good timing. We'll pick it up as we get out of the house with the review. So we just got out of WWE. Keep in mind that I don't watch WWE. I don't know much of the backstory and everything. I thought that was a fantastic house. I got somewhat bad timing towards the beginning, but I got a lot of scares in that house. They came after me. There was double scares, triple scares, and the house overall was really, really good. People have it low on their hype list. I thought it was creepy overall. I thought the sets were pretty decent, and I just thought the scares, they just had really good scares in there, and the costume design was fantastic. Love that house. Honestly, I really do like that. WWE surprised me like a lot, so don't sleep on that house. We're gonna actually head back this path to do Grave, because we just passed that hub area and I heard Grave is short right now, so we're gonna see. I mean, this house is also short. We already did this one. We're trying to bang out new houses first before we go back through. But yeah, WWE is fantastic, bro. This house is short though. I do want to do it again later if we have time. Right now it is short though. Grave just dropped to a 35 on the screen, so it definitely is short. It went from an hour. So we're gonna hop in line before everyone else does. It says 30 minutes for Terrifier. We're gonna see. This is actually a short way. We're gonna see if we can just hit it. It also says you may get wet at Terrifier. We're gonna see what the line's looking like. Terrifier's line is outside the soundstage, and it's posting 30. This doesn't look horrible. It might be a 30 on the dot, so we're gonna probably hop in line and wait it, because this is probably gonna be the shortest line of the night for Terrifier. Shortest wait time. And this has got a full queue that's not being used. Yeah, this is a new setup over here for a soundstage that they haven't used in a while, so they have two different paths in Terrifier. We're still in line for the house, but they have a wet path and a dry path. It splits at the end of the house. So today, we're gonna do the wet path. Probably tomorrow we'll try the dry path. They've been hyping up this wet path that is like you get soaked. I know it flooded the other day, so I don't know if they toned down the effects or not. But we're gonna see how it is today. We're gonna see if they're overhyping it, if you actually get that wet or not. So as you can see, we're pretty dry right now. We'll show you guys how we look after the house, of course. This is the second house tonight where we've waited double the wait time. We've waited a full hour, posted 30 minutes, and the line got busy after we entered. And Express has been really long, which is what's slowing us down. So we're about to merge here, and then we'll be inside the house finally. And we're about to enter and turn the corner. We will pick it back up as we get out of the house. Just got out of Terrifier, super long house. The scares are great. I think the movies are a little overrated personally, but still a phenomenal house. The wet path is overrated. We did get wet, as you can see. You can kind of avoid, if you don't walk in the center, if you walk to the side, you avoid most of the water. But there's no scares in that wet path. And overall, there wasn't as much like water throughout the house, but the scares were good. It got a little smelly throughout the house, but really fun house, really long. I would say it's worth the hype, personally. We're gonna hop in 25 minutes for Grave. So the sound stage for Grave of Flesh, you wait in line over here in the same spot as where Insidious was, and then you just enter the house. So there's a whole queue in here. Here's a better look at that queue that you wait in. There's just no one in line, so we kind of walk straight into the house. So we just got out of Grave. Grave was okay. It was very repetitive, kind of the same cave scenes over and over. That house has potential to grow and get scarier over the season. Some of the scares, they didn't really get close to you, but overall, it was okay. I want to see that house improve. I think it's decent. I like the character design. Some of the scenes were kind of cool, but definitely not as strong as the other houses this year, in my opinion. So we're in line for FNAF now. We're going to be entering very soon. We've exited the soundstage, and we're heading right into the house now. We're going to pick it back up as we get out. We'll let you guys know how it is. Just got out of Five Nights at Freddy's. Coming from someone who's, you know, grown up with the games, a friend who's played the games, I've watched him play it. It felt so surreal to walk through the house. It felt like you were walking through the pizzeria. And the animatronics are very cool. It wasn't scary whatsoever, but I think that house is a must-do. If you're not there, if you're scared to go in some of the scary houses, this house is for you. You will not get scared in here probably, but overall the set design is so amazing. The theming is really good. And overall, I mean, if you're coming here for Five Nights at Freddy's, you will love this house. I think the one thing they need to improve in the house is the way the characters move. I know it's puppets and stuff, but like Foxy didn't even move forward. I think they could reach out a little bit more for a scare. But other than that, I think it was pretty decent. Like it was good. It was just I was slightly underwhelmed by the character movement. We haven't really been through any of the zones, so we got 40 minutes until the park closes. So we're gonna do zones and then end the night at Galkin. All these statues are lit up in the scare zone of each of the IPs. This is their front entrance zone. They have it all the way in the street. Got chainsaws everywhere. Yeah, these statues look sick with the lighting. The lighting coming through the stained glass is just amazing. That's really cool looking. My thing is really overexposing this. But yeah, the lighting is crazy in here. We have a lantern. Yeah, look at these characters, so cool. Doesn't look like there's any scare actors over there in the zones, but over here in this little front area we have some more scare actors. These gargoyles are really neat. We actually just found Sergio Navarro walking around. He is the icon of the event. This is sick. Yeah, this one's really cool. They're doing a cast change in a minute. We're gonna head over to Masquerade because they're about to do a cast change there. We haven't been over in that zone at all today yet. Alright, well, let's head into Masquerade. Lots of fancy music going on. This looks pretty in here. Can't believe I haven't walked through this zone at all today yet. It's a whole Masquerade ball going on. What's up, Clint? There's no still walkers out right now. I don't know if it's because it rained earlier, if they just got off a set early. I didn't see any in the front zone either. We're also here at the end of the night when there's less actors in the zone. If you're here in the middle of the night, see a lot more actors. They're doing a cast change, so we're about to see them swap out. It's really fun because these guys have masks and then they reveal their masks and they're actually vampires. So it's kind of cool. We're at like a vampire masquerade ball. This is sick. So that zone's pretty fun. I love the costumes, the music, and then we have the zombies at the die-in over here. These are really fun. Some of them are even on roller skates. There's like a many new scare zone this year. Pretty neat, I love this. With the iconic Mel's Die-In sign. So this is like a brand new bonus zone. I love that. That's actually really fun. Over here we have the Halloween Horror Nights bar. We might try a drink tomorrow, but they have some characters you can meet over here. And I guess they pulled them like 30 minutes early before close. So we don't have any characters out right now, but Sergio usually is over here. So maybe him from the meet and greet went over to the front zone. We'll see this tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna go check out the New York zone at night now. This zone actually looks really nice at night. Really pretty lighting in here. The green, the blues, I love the colors in here. There's a lot less actors because at the end of the night, at the beginning of the night, it's also like this. In the middle of the night, there's more actors out, double the amount actually.
Hold your children and stay away from that green goo. And gang of crooks have struck again. The gang allegedly
with goo. That's really fun. Yeah, that's really neat. I love how around the park we have our Halloween Horror Night 34 projections on the building. Really nice lighting and everything. But yeah, I mean, that's another zone. We're gonna check out the Club Horror over here. So San Francisco that now has a giant like EDC, like the whole DJ and some go-go dancers over here. So we're gonna check it out. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted. And then we're gonna go check out the beautiful Cat Lady Zone at night with all the pumpkins lit up. We haven't seen that at night yet. So we're gonna do San Fran this way, head towards the back after, and we'll probably do another house, a repeat to end the night, maybe even a couple of repeats. So yeah, the vibes over here look like they're vibing for sure. So we're gonna head over. I'm curious to see what exactly like, yeah, this looks fun. This zone's just a vibe, honestly really a blast. Can't wait to hear some spooky hits and some remixes, especially as it gets closer to Halloween. Something new this year over here, right outside the zone, is a photo op. And they have a grabber actually. So first off, we have lighting in a phone booth here. And this looks beautiful. And then you're not supposed to go in the phone booth because the grabber right here comes out. He's roaming the area and scaring everyone. So this is sick. It's really nice actually. Love this photo op and everything. Love the lighting. Really cool Blumhouse stuff, and the whole path here is lit up actually. Really like this. They even have fog grilling in here. We also have Death Eaters and Die Gone Again this year. Supposedly they have a new show, so we're gonna try to check that out tomorrow. We didn't get to see that. Keep in mind you can see the Death Eaters though. I wanna see this grabber guy, he's creepy. Oh, okay, he's chasing me down. We have less than 10 minutes until park close. So we're gonna walk through the zone, get some footage at night, and head over to Galkin to end the night. The zone looks really pretty. I'm so glad the pumpkins are back in the trees. This is so beautiful. Yeah, this whole story is really fun in the zone. It actually comes from the whole Slaughter Cinema 2. The music in here is also really fun. Love how the farther down the zone you go, they actually have started to transform into cats. This looks super pretty at night too, holy.
Do you see all the Halloween decorations, my furry babies?
That zone's fun. We'll have to spend more time in there tomorrow. We're on our way over to the back. We're gonna see a couple chainsaws at night, and then we're gonna head into Galkin to end the night. Love Sergio over the whole park-wide speakers. That's really fun. We got the clowns right over here. If you come to most of the houses, they're very short at the end of the night, but these back houses especially are very short.
Where we go?
I like when they do the bridge scares with the chainsaw noise. I don't think they're scaring anyone by the bridge this year. But Galkin's posted at 15. It's probably a walk-on, so we're gonna end the night. Gonna make it there before they close the line. Only got like 4 minutes left before the park closes for the night. I love the whole blue themed lighting all around the park, the whole motif they're going for this year. We also did not get to watch either show tonight, the Lagoon Show or Nightmare Fuel, but we will see both tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video if you want to see show reviews. 2 minutes before close, we're running to end the night. Still a line for Fallout, probably about a 10-minute wait. And Galkin looks like it's a walk-on. This might be the house I looped this year. Maybe it's Artista. Either way, we're gonna hop right into the queue. And it looks like there's no wait for us, so we're gonna get a solo run. One of the best houses this year. I have to do Fallout at night, so we're gonna do that at some point, not tonight. But we're gonna do a lot of the house at night that we did during the day. Let's head in and we'll pick it up as we get out. So we just hit the other cast for Galkin, the one we did not hit earlier. We got the Stilt Walker scare. I would say, I don't know if it was because it was harder to see earlier, but I think the cast A was more aggressive. I know you guys probably don't know like about cast times, but there's 2 casts per house. Sometimes one of the casts are more aggressive than the other one. So this one, they were still aggressive at the end, but I feel like the other one was still a little bit more aggressive. So still a fantastic house, set design-wise, really amazing. Scare-wise, they still had them there. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to do this house a lot more because it's one of my favorites this year for sure. And just like that, night 1 has come to an end. All the park is now closed. Everyone has gone through the houses now. No one else in line. That's it for night 1. I know we didn't show you guys, but over there, Dolls Let's Play Dead, you can see the window, the video playing with the doll. That's really cool. So now that we're heading out, we gotta rank the houses for you guys, and that's not gonna be easy for us to do. But let's recap everything we did and did not do today. So we did all 10 houses. We did Galkin the second time. We did all the zones briefly at the end of the night, a couple during the day. We missed both of the shows. We missed the Death Eaters, we missed the HHN bar. And we did catch Art the Clown briefly. We didn't do food or beverage reviews tonight. It might come in a later video, but the food, I'm mostly allergic to it this year. I don't know if we'll be doing that or not. Probably try a drink though at some point. We already caught the HHN ceremonies yesterday. And all of the zones have show moments and stuff. So we will be catching all these throughout the season. So if they're not in like tomorrow's video or another video soon, they will be on future videos or, you know, content in the description on my other social media pages, so stay tuned for all that. But I will say all the houses this year and the event as a whole feels like a huge step up from last year. Universal really listened to guest feedback, they listened to everything, and this year is a game changer. Something I love about Halloween Horror Nights is there's variety for everyone, so no matter who you are, there will be some kind of house that you will like. Whether you're scared of the houses or you've been doing haunts forever, this event is so well-rounded, and there's still a balance of everything. And they not only have the best theme sets out of all the haunts over here, but the quality of the scenery and the costume design, everything, the visuals, so good. And we can all agree that last year wasn't the best, with some houses not being great and a lot of houses just being very average. I would say last year we had one bad house, in my opinion, was Triplets of Terror, was not my favorite. All the other houses were very average though, nothing like super scary. Insidious was okay, it was pretty good, but we've had a lot of better houses in the past. Yeah, this zone is very pretty. I love this. We'll spend more time in the zones tomorrow, but love how we're walking out the park and we got pumpkins in the trees, and the vibe is just really good. They just turned all the pumpkins off, made it even creepier in here. Really nice, really cool. Before I get into my ranking, something I want to say is in every year we're able to bang out all 10 houses without Express, which we were able to bang out all 10 houses today. But I think Express is very much needed this year. Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, Jason, Fallout are all huge properties, and then you have WWE on top of it, and some very strong originals this year, which it's so popular. This event is bringing in new crowds, especially Five Nights at Freddy's, and just so many people to the event. I mean, opening weekend, this is one of the busiest opening nights I've ever experienced, and I haven't even done everything that the event offers, and they've added so many experiences around the event this year. So if you want to do everything that the event offers, do all 10 houses, do the shows and the zones, you need Express. Express is like, you must get it. Unless you just get here on a rainy night where they don't have the zones really out and a lot of people stay home and you get lucky, or it's just a quiet night, which might be rare this year, especially with Rip Red Rocket not being open. That's a huge people eater, and that also did a huge bunch of changes with the queue lines, which was very interesting, but the way they did it worked. Just taking me time to get used to it. As someone who likes to save money though and never buys Express, I do think Express is needed though. Like, that's coming from my standpoint, which I usually don't vouch for Express. I never say Express is needed. This year though, I think that's changing. I really do. I know some people get tired of rankings, but the reason I'm doing it is I'm showing you my recommended houses that you must do. Let's say you come on a busy night, you're only able to do 5 houses. My top 5 is probably what you should do. My ranking, we're gonna rank it based on scares and sets. We're gonna balance it 50-50. So if you want something less scary, pick something at the bottom of my list. If you want sets and good scares, you're gonna pick something at the top of my list. If you want something a little less scary and somewhat not good sets, you're gonna be somewhere towards the bottom. So we are heading out of the park, and we will do our rankings in City Walk on the way out as we head out. And it looks like the neon sign is already turned off for the night. Everyone's over here like chatting outside the arch about their night. Wonderful to see the community every year. It feels like a family reunion. So first of all, love the projections here by the arch. Really, really nice. Well, we're gonna go through our house ranking. All right, so we're gonna start with our number 10. I would say, first of all, like I said, all the houses were very strong this year. I would say the worst house last year, in my opinion, was Triplets of Terror. A lot of you can agree with that. And I would say all these houses were easily better than Triplets of Terror. So most of these, like last year, like I was saying, most of last year's houses were all average at best. These houses were beyond average, most of them. And I would say there was at least 5 strong houses. At least half the lineup was very strong. So we're gonna go with number 10 as Grave of Flesh. Now, Grave of Flesh did have good scares, but the set design was pretty weak, and the scares kind of felt repetitive, and the set design, there just wasn't much to it. Now, there was some cool stuff in there that I did like, and I do think this house will improve over the season, and this house was scary. Like, there are good scares in this house. Now, this year is so strong overall, it's hard to rank these. Even the worst house on my list is still a great house. So no matter which ones you do, you're still going through a good house. Grave of Flesh, though, did not do it for me. It could be the cast I went through. Maybe, I think we stopped at one point. I don't know if I hit a cast change, but we're gonna give that one another chance in our next few visits. Right above that was Fallout. Fallout, my eyes were not adjusted. It was the very first house that we did. But based on what I did see in the house, I think I don't know, I feel like they didn't do the property justice. I feel like some of the sets, they were missing some scenes, I felt like. I feel like they were missing some characters. The ghoul only had 2 ghouls in the house at the very end. I feel like they should have had more ghouls. The T-60 armor for Maximus didn't really move a lot. And I thought the Lucy characters were really good. They were spot on. I did like the scenes that they did choose in the house, but I wish they had more. I like how it was open in the Philly scene. I like how they kind of progressed through the season. You saw like it went pretty much chronologically, and they were talking about this Gulper puppet. I thought it was going to be this huge puppet, but it was just behind glass. And I wish the Omega Mart, I wish you were walking through a giant room like a supermarket. Instead it was a narrow hallway. I think, you know, they're working with limited spaces with what they chose. I think if it was in a soundstage it would have been better. But overall, still really cool to see that property adapted. And if you're a Fallout fan, I think you're really gonna like the house. But I really did enjoy the show, but I just felt like they could have done slightly better of a job. But we're gonna see, I'm gonna try that at night. Try to see more of those lights that I didn't really get to see during the day. I'm gonna give that one another chance. At number 8, we have Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I've grown up with the property. I really liked the set design. I really liked the house. I just think the scares weren't the best, and I wish like I stated before, that the animatronics moved a little bit better. I feel like the movement was a little off. And as you do houses later in the night, there's a lot of actors that, you know, get injuries or just have to take a break. They have to take off a set. I think some of the actors might not have just been there. There might have been some holes and maybe even just some other stuff. Maybe some of the animatronics just weren't working. But a lot of them were just sitting still. It felt like statues in the house. I wanted to see a little bit more movement. So we're gonna try that again. That's one house where you could definitely start your night with that one. I feel like doing it if your eyes aren't adjusted won't really ruin the night. If anything, it'll make it a little bit scarier. But anyone who's scared of a haunted house should definitely go through that house. I'd say that's probably the least scariest one this year as far as scares go. But seeing the property come to life was really insane though. Love walking through the security office room. Love seeing the animatronics on stage. Seeing the Pirates Cove, Foxy. A lot of those sets were amazing. Like I said, just because it's at number 8 does not mean it's a bad house. Just was not my favorite this year. Then we have Hatchet and Chains. Hatchet and Chains is better than I expected. Some great scares. They were just missing a lot of scare actors tonight. Really cool special effects in there. That's another one we gotta try at night. I love how they had the actor in the front house. Really nice. We're gonna definitely do that one again. Right above Hatchet and Chains I have Dolls. Dolls was way better than I expected. Really creepy, really fun costume designs, really fun set designs, some really good scares as well. Dolls is a sleeper hit this year in my opinion. At number 5 we have our top 5 now. Terrifier. Terrifier was really good. I don't typically like slasher houses. When they bring Michael Myers here, when they bring, what do you call it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Chucky, I've never really been a fan of any of those houses. Terrifier, they took some really good scenes from the movie, very gory. The characters had really good energy in the house, and overall I thought it was really well done and a really long house. Even though you're waiting long for it, you're getting a really good experience overall. And I want to get through it again. We did not get to do the dry side tonight. That's something we're going to try tomorrow. So Terrifier overall really solid, but a little underwhelmed with the wet side. Definitely don't miss Terrifier though. Right above Terrifier I have WWE. Really big surprise for me tonight, especially since I'm not like a wrestling person. I'm not really into wrestling. Really enjoyed this house. Thought the character design was amazing. Thought the sets were good. They were getting in my face. I had a really good run. I don't know if I just got lucky with the timing, but I was getting all the scares tonight. Probably the best run of the night that I had scare-wise. Don't sleep on the house. I know people were putting it low on their list. Some of the people in my group did not care for it, but I think maybe it depends on the character cast that you get. I don't know. I really enjoyed that. That's at number 4. Now we're in our top 3. I have Jason Universe as my third option now, as my top 3. Jason was another slasher film that I thought they were kind of overhyping this year. Not really, you know, excited for that house. I've not even seen the movies, but I was very impressed by that house. Some sets felt like they came straight out of the Yeti Terror, the Yukon house. We even had a bunch of like, they were in your face, a lot of double scares, a lot of triple scares. And then you get to the second half and it's just scare after scare after scare. Really well done, and I really was impressed by that house this year. Then we have Galkin Monsters of the North at spot number 2. That house was really scenically beautiful. I had this in my number 2 on my hype list. We had the Stilt Walker just now when we went through it. We had a lot of cool scares. The sets were well done. The scares are great. Really, really good house. And of course, at my number 1 spot that was on my number 1 on the hype list, El Artista. Didn't have even the best run in the house, but still had some good scares. The set design was beautiful, the story was so well written, the character design, the music design, everything about this house was incredible. The effects, the visuals. If you had to pick one house to hit at Halloween Horror Nights, it's El Artista. So make sure you get those done. That is my hype list for 2025, and it's just a great year overall. I would say at least, you know, from 1 to 8 or 9, we're all phenomenal houses. Grave of Flesh, we'll see how it improves over the season, but we still have so much more to cover tomorrow that we didn't get to do today, so stay tuned for that video.
Oh yeah.
Something I was a little upset with this year is that there haven't been any ceiling scares in any of the houses. The ceiling scares are always really good, and unless we just missed some of them. There was some elevated platform scares, which I really enjoyed this year, some new kind of special effects, but they haven't had ceiling scares the last 2 years. But facade-wise, this year is a year of facades. Lots of amazing facades between Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, El Artista, Dolls had an indoor facade, even Grave of Flesh had a really good facade. Those are all amazing facades this year. They have the Coconut Club up here. We checked this out the other night as well. I almost forgot to mention, Stay and Scream is huge this year. We're still trying to figure out the best order of houses with the new Stay and Scream order. But make sure you use Stay and Scream to your advantage if you can. This will really help you if you don't have Express especially. Like I said, these runs are subject to change by the end of the season. I'm sure our order of the houses are going to change. And of course, we've only been through most of the houses only one time. So we might have had some bad runs in them. But if you want to see, like I said, stay tuned to my social media pages to see more content from the event. And I'm pretty sure this video is already long enough, so we're going to end it here. So check out my description. Follow me on all my social media pages in the description. The handle at Ethan Hirschap. So that's going to be Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. Also Instagram at the Orlando Tours. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.